Okay, here we have the beta version of the open source energy recovery ventilator. This is mostly 3D printed, and the performance characteristics are pretty good, even at this beta stage. It is getting about twice the financial return on investment as a photovoltaic array of the same price if you paid, I think it was $700 for the unit. Which units like this normally go for more like $1,300, which is, I know, a lot, but that's the way it is. These energy recovery ventilators are totally overpriced. And I'm talking about units that are the same efficiency and the same flow rate. Actually, slightly less. The Luminos Eco is the most comparable unit. Now this unit does have the, it really is comparable to this commercial unit. It uses brushless fans and stuff like that, so it should last for many years. And I tested the efficiency of the generator module in a different context, and it did actually get that kind of efficiency. I can measure the airflow using this anemometer here. The intake is here, and you can see the regenerator turning in there, the thermal wheel. Now, by measuring the airflow, I can calculate. This measures the speed in meters per second, but I can calculate the flow rate in liters per second by multiplying by the size of the opening. So it looks, I mean, fundamentally it is working. And the performance characteristics are in range of something that makes sense to make and sell. It is still in beta. Even things like the noise. It is turned on right now, and you probably can't even hear it in the video. That's, to some degree, that's because the video recording software will filter out some noise. However, it is pretty quiet. It's quieter than my computer, let's put it that way. These are premium fans that are made to be pretty quiet, but at the same time give a pretty high pressure level. And you need both, actually, which is a real challenge. I can turn it up. If I turn it up to the full 25 cubic feet per minute, you might be able to hear that in the video. It's quite a high flow rate. That is higher than the commercially available units that you can get. And the thing is that the higher the flow rate is, the more the financial calculations look favorable, because the more energy it saves you. So anyway, you can just, I don't know what else to say here. I know it's multicolored, it doesn't look very professional, but that's the way the prototyping goes. I mean, this is a beta version. Eventually they'll all just be white. Same color as that there. That looks a little janky, yeah. You can see the layer lines. Should solve that soon. And that's it. Oh, there's more information on the website. Go to OpenERV.org. There are spreadsheets on there that show you the financial calculations, and you can put your own energy prices and stuff in to see how it works for you. Oh, and it compares very favorably with photovoltaic panels, which I think is really important to note, because photovoltaic panels are a really big phenomenon in our society. There's enormous amounts of capital and effort put into them. There are subsidies, there are people pushing them. It's a big, wonderful solution. But the reality is that this unit gets about twice the financial return on investment if you assume that you are heating with fossil fuel, natural gas, at $1 per cubic meter. And you pay, I think it was $700 for the unit. If you are heating with electricity, which does happen in some homes in Ontario, then it gives you about 4 times as good a return on investment from a financial standpoint. And the return on investment from the embodied carbon, that is the ratio of the carbon emitted during the manufacture of the unit versus the amount of carbon that it saves per year, is actually way, way better than photovoltaic panels. Because photovoltaic panels have actually enormous amounts of embodied carbon. And I did some research. You can find some notes on the website. This has 60 times better ratio. It has 1/60th as much embodied carbon per kilogram per year of carbon emissions that it saves. So if you want to save energy, this is your best bet, actually. It's way, way better than photovoltaic panels. And that may sound kind of wacky, but the truth is, well, if you don't believe me, you can go and check the calculations on the website. Or you can figure it yourself and see what's up. The reason that happens is because the carbon emissions during the process of manufacturing photovoltaic panels are quite extraordinary. The refining of the silicon, especially. And you can read up on why. It's not the electricity consumption. It's a lot of fossil fuel is consumed in the process. But this doesn't have that problem. Plastic is not exactly carbon free. This is PLA, which is made from corn, not fossil fuels. So that helps a little bit, but that's not the main reason. So I'm hopeful that this will turn into a good example in the open hardware community of a successful project on a very real, tangible subject. It's not a decoration. It is an energy-saving, money-saving piece of equipment that really works, apparently, as far as I can tell.